Hello and welcome. I know I'm starting a lot late, not even a little bit late, but I hope you'll forgive me. I could not, for the life of me, get things to work. But that's okay because I'm here now. So let me just finish setting a few things up real quick. There we go. This way I can have you guys in chat so I can chat along with you. Let me just make sure that this is... Okay, so we're all set here, and welcome. I hope you guys are ready for a lot of Disney talk, because I had a really fun vacation, and, well, I adore Disney, so that's sort of my thing, been my thing since I was a kid. A little bit of backstory, my aunt used to work for Disney a long time ago, so she used to take me all the time. So that was always fun, you know, being a little kid and getting to go to Disney and meet all the princesses and stuff. Still just as fun when you're an adult, surprisingly enough. They keep adding things every year and stuff like that, so that's always fun. This was a 4-year trip planning extravaganza, if you would. And we had fun from the first moment that we got there, as you can see from my first photo. It was a lot of planning on my part. 2 friends that hadn't been there since they were very little, so they hadn't really experienced any of the new things that Disney had to offer, so it was so much fun getting to introduce them to all that fun stuff and still allow them to enjoy the kids stuff as well. So that was absolutely fun. So yeah, this is our first little photo. Airport fun, if you would, after an extremely early flight, but you know, we really wanted to get all of our trip into the allotted time that we had for work stuff and all that. So first day we took off running, we got to the airport, got our car, and went straight to Universal, a part of our Disney trip, to go do basically just Harry Potter World. We rode the new Hagrid ride, which was actually pretty awesome. Not to spoil anything, just a really well done ride. Breaks down a lot, so you kind of gotta sit around and wait for them to bring it back up again. But still, overall, pretty fun. So the first day that we had was, as I will always call it, MGM, but now known as Hollywood Studios. We decided to get another long day out of the way right in the beginning, because we got there way too early, in my opinion, but we got there so that we could get the boarding pass for the new Rise of the Resistance ride, which we did. We ended up with I think it was 93 or something like that, which was right before the cutoff of the wait, like the waiting people. So that was great, that it was like, oh, you're getting on this ride today, not, oh, maybe not, you know, sit around for a little while and we'll see what happens. So that was really good. But yeah, the first ride that we actually rode was not this. It was the alien one for like the little kids where you go around in a circle. We had fun with that. It's a really short line because everyone was online for Slinky Dog Dash and all that, which we had Fast Pass, so that was really great. But we did the Toy Story Mania, and I did pretty good, but I definitely did not win, even though my score was really good here against Janae. I did not win this in the slightest. The boys beat us. But it was still a really fun ride, and I love that ride so much. They did a really good job with incorporating video games into a ride, and that's always great. We did go and see Edna, which this is like all the photos that I had taken, so I'm showing these off first, and then I'll show the professional ones that were taken because mine are okay, but still fun. We had a really fun experience in this area because they had like the free roaming characters, so like Frozone was around, wandering around, and Elastigirl, we had just missed Mr. Incredible, but it was really fun to have them walking around. Like we went and got Cookie Num Num, which was really good, but you definitely need someone to share that with. One of the cast members actually came up to us while we were eating it, and she's like, hey, it's my last day. I've been wondering if I should get this for like the longest time, but like I don't know. And like we told her like it's really good, but definitely share it with someone because it is a lot of stuff to eat. It's really good, and like it's one of those freshly baked out the oven cookies that you just want to eat a bunch of, that I could probably see myself eating most of the cookie batter before you actually get to that part. But it was really fun. It was great. Welcome to the Disney Talk. Feel free to type in the chat. Looking out for you, but also like just talking about my vacation. Feel free to say anything about your experience and stuff. But yeah, we had a really good time. Elastigirl came over and was telling us to finish everything that we have gotten. She was upset that everybody else didn't get the Cookie Num Nums. And then we had a really good experience with Frozone. It was just really fun. Had a conversation as much as we could. But yeah, that was a really good area. It's really fun to go to. This was actually one of the last things that we did that night. We had also gone to Star Wars World, of course, riding Rise of the Resistance and all that, which was actually a pretty good ride. In my opinion, I don't know if it's all it's hyped up to be, but, Hi, Agent Cupcake. Welcome. This was the Fuzzy Tauntaun, I believe. I had actually gotten it because of one of the Disney food channels that I watch. Suggested it and was like, yeah, it's like a fun experience and stuff. Did not like it much at all. It was very odd. Like she had said that it like numbs your mouth and everything, but it was just completely weird of a feeling. I'm not saying that it was a horrible drink. It was a pretty good drink. It was just weird. And then I also got the dessert there, which was pretty good, but you could only have a few spoonfuls of, and then that was pretty much it. Before we get to this, yeah, Rise of the Resistance was pretty okay. I actually prefer the Millennium Falcon ride a lot more. I think maybe just because of how interactive it is. I love the interactive rides. Um, but I will say that it's really good for an experience. Yeah, well, like most of their rides. The trackless ride system is actually pretty cool. It's nice to, look down at the floor and not know which track line you're on, so that's really great. Yeah, so we'll continue to our Epcot day, which it wasn't as long of a day. We didn't have to wake up as early, so that was great. Yeah, that was really great. Yes, also because it's the Millennium Falcon, you can't go wrong with that. Definitely. That's like an icon. No one really cares about the Sith, right? But Epcot was definitely a nice day where we didn't really have to wake up early because we knew we'd spend a lot of time there. This was actually breakfast for me. I can't remember what it was called, but it was all peanut butter. Like, I thought it was going to be like icing with just like a peanut butter cake. But it was definitely all peanut butter. I think it was just like one of the seasonal cupcakes that they had for the art festival. But yeah. It was all peanut butter. It was a very weird thing. It wasn't bad. It was just a lot. It was like I was eating a peanut butter jar. But it was nice. Like the little plate or paint palette up here at the top was actually a really good break from all of the peanut butter. The pretzel was definitely stale though, which you can expect. It's going to be sitting out there for a while. Up next, I have some of the art that we saw. The artists were actually there while we were walking down the path, which was really cool to see them working on all that. So that was great. And I love Figment, so of course I had to take a photo of my little Figment right here. I love the little designs that they did in the background. They do a really good job there. Which is sad because once a week they take a pressure washer to their art and just destroy it if the rain in Florida doesn't. They're just like, oh, okay, goodbye. That's nuts to me, but I still gotta love it. A little rabbit because I'm always crunched for time. So today when I was late, it was not a great feeling. I hate being late. But yeah, he's got a little cute little rabbit running to wherever he needs to be, and he's always got to be somewhere. And then Alice, of course, over here. A little bit of dirt on her because of the wind and, of course, time, just in general. But I love the little backgrounds that Leia does over here. It brings out, the character a lot, and I really love that. If you can't tell, the art festival is, like, one of my favorite festivals. The Flower and Garden is really good too, but the art festival is my favorite because you get to go around and see all these arts, like the chalk arts that they have done, and the art that they have for sale is always spectacular, and it's not just that one art store in Disney Springs anymore. You could actually walk around the park and have so much more to choose from, which is really nice, and also like all of the stuff there is really pretty and stuff, so that's always nice. Little regular photo, the Screaming Man. I love this, like, painting in general, so it was nice to see it in a tiny chalk form. And then, of course, we got our Captain Hook. I was kind of sad that they didn't do the tiling in the back again, but I like the sky effect, too. That's really pretty. And I love that they did the clouds in the background, too, and, like, you can tell the difference from every layer of it to the feathers in his hat to the clouds in the background. That's always really nice. You can tell they love their work. Now, she had just done finished Mulan and was working on the next one next to her, which is actually the next photo on this slide. But I love the job that she does with everything. Leah, she's like really good. She was my favorite of all the ones that I've seen. And I love my Mulan. So, and it was a nice touch, the Mushu in the background and everything. So I love that. And see her working on Tiana over there. I love that she puts like the little characters with her. And you can tell she's got her little picture here to make sure she's doing everything right. Because doing it freehand is nuts. You know how to do that freehand, especially in chalk. And chalk's hard to work with, so the shading and stuff that they do on that is amazing. I love that they do all that. This was a little fun chalk thing that they had, where you could stand on part of it and it would be like the 3D effect. I love that they had this there because I know this is really hard to pull off. And I love artists that can really do this and hone their skills to do this. So we had lunch in Japan and it was so good. Like, I loved it a lot. This was a sake that I had. But yeah, it was really fun being there and everything. They had a really good experience. It was a restaurant where they cook in front of you. It was a really good experience, and we were actually sitting with cast members that worked either in Epcot, or like in this area, knew the people that were there, so that was really fun to see their interaction with everyone. But yeah, it was really fun, and they surprised Janae with a hat, but I don't think, I didn't have a photo, so I didn't put that in there, but she got her little chef's hat, and it was really funny to watch her reaction of that, because we didn't ask for them to do anything, they just came out and did it, so that was really great. Surprise for her. And this is the France slushie that they do every year, so every year they change it up a bit to like a different flavor. I can't remember what flavor it was this year, but it was really good. The foam on top is the best. But yeah, France always has good stuff for this festival, always. So that's always nice. And then they also had it was a great flavor. They also had chalk things done on the buildings. This was the only one I saw because we were running around that park getting drinks like in every country and trying to get everything done. So this was the only one I caught a glimpse of. Little Peter Pan peeking in the window in UK, which was really cool to see. I love the little tiny things they put in everywhere. And then this was some more art that had been done that we saw later in the evening. This was the one that the artist McKinnon was working on earlier. He was next to Leia. He was working on this earlier, and we got to see the finished product when we went by it later, which was really cool to see them working on it and then come back and see it finished. And then you just have Janae here with a little drink. She got her fairy wings. She had been debating on them for like the first day, and then she saw them at Epcot and decided that she had to have them. So it was really great. I was gonna have her wear them when we met Tinkerbell, but that was too much of a hassle, so we didn't do it. This was the deconstructed strawberry shortcake. And I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I don't really like shortcake. Cheesecake. Not shortcake. Love shortcake. Don't like cheesecake. So this was the deconstructed strawberry cheesecake. But it actually wasn't a cheesecake filling in the middle here. It was more like just a cream frosting type thing. So that was actually pretty cool. This was graham cracker and the strawberries and then the little sugar crystal in the middle. It was actually really good, and I was upset that I didn't go back and get another one, but I had a lot that day, so I decided it was for the best. And then this was the sparkling boba drink that they had. And it was basically all sparkling water. So it was not great. The boba's at the bottom, good. The foam at the top, good. This whole part in the middle, for people that don't like sparkling water, not great. It was painful. The rainbow boba, but yeah, it was not great. And then you have the deconstructed BLT right here, which just same thing. Pretty good, but just a deconstructed version. Just fancy, no bread. I don't know if this will load, but you can see some of the fireworks and stuff. There we go. Should lower that so it's not extremely loud for you. Because they have their temporary show going on right now. So it's pretty cool to see that, but definitely holding out for that new show. I absolutely want to see that. They're supposed to have a lot more water projections and all that fun stuff, so really hanging on for that. But yeah, it's a little bit of the fireworks show. And then we absolutely needed a break day after that day because we were dying. So we went to downtown Disney, had a little fun day there. This was I got this one's coffee, but then I also got the king cake gelato. It was amazing. The first time I had king cake, I was in high school, and a teacher there used to live in New Orleans, and she was like missing home and everything, so her friends that ran a bakery sent a bunch of king cake, and she had one for every class, and then she still had leftovers at the end of the day. It was amazing, and I am very much not a cream cheese person, hence the not liking cheesecake and all that. But it was actually really good, so I was kind of excited that they had it in a gelato. So yeah, that was amazing. And I got a little graham cracker spoon, which was awesome because I had to eat it at the end. So just added to everything. And this was actually the tiny cup, and it's perfect for like one size for one person to eat. Yes, gelato is amazing. So after walking around Disney Springs a bunch, we had a really nice dinner at Topolino Terrace. First off, the hotel is amazing. They did a really good job with it. Yeah, so this was one of the desserts that my friend got. The raspberry something, but this was basically a lava cake. And then they had little raspberries around it and the ice cream with the chocolate coins in it. Everything was really good there. Would definitely recommend it. It is pricey, but it's something worth saving for. Everything's really good there. If you go between like 7 o'clock, like 7:30 to like 8, 9, they have the fireworks shows that you can see at Hollywood Studios and Epcot. So that's really fun to watch that from there. And also get amazing food. This was my other friend's dessert. This was like a cream-based thing. And again with the chocolate coin and the raspberry around it. It was really good. And even the bread there was fun and like leaf shaped. So this is from the terrace, one of the pools that you could see, and then the lake around it. And then I forget what hotel this is. I think it's definitely one of the beach ones, but I can't remember which one. And then over here are the murals for Peter Pan and Rapunzel, which I actually didn't take pictures of, but everyone else did. But they're amazing to go see up close. Pictures do not do them justice, especially since it doesn't get like the whole experience of it. It's really nice, and if you go for a late dinner, it's really cool to experience it and everything. Just note that the doors do lock, so if you're not staying in that hotel, be careful. But if you're by the murals, you can just walk around to the parking lot that's over there. If you go around where the Skyliner is, just so you don't get trapped yanking at the doors and not having anyone to open them. But yeah, I would definitely go toward the end of the night where there's less people there. This way you could just experience it. The fountain was really nice there too, so that was a really fun experience. This is we went to Magic Kingdom. This is the Moana Dole Whip, which I first had actually at the Christmas after hours thing in November. So I went back to have it, and that was really great. Hey, welcome to Disney Chat. So this was really great to have. Definitely always loved Dole Whip. And this was a nice twist to it. It's basically a pina colada without the alcohol, which, because Magic Kingdom is mostly a dry park, so they had to keep the alcohol out of it, but it's really good. So they had the Tron bikes that you could try there. Me and Diego were trying them out. So that's really fun. The Tron bikes are kind of weird. It's like the Flight of Passage ride, kind of. You're sitting forward and everything, but it's definitely a weird lock-in system, so we'll see how that works when it comes out and everything. It'll be nice to, see how it works. But it seems like it's gonna be a fun ride. It's definitely worked over in, I believe it was Hong Kong that has Tron. But it's definitely worked over there. Everybody seems to love it that's ridden it in the past, so that's great. Yeah, that seems like a fun ride. And, who doesn't love Tron? Who has not wanted to be in the Tron video game? Like, it's gotta be fun. And I finally convinced everyone to get on the carousel, so that was great. But, it was a nice little break before dinner. We went to Be Our Guest and had to rush to meet the Beast and everything, but that was great. And this was dessert. So you have the gray stuff, which is really delicious, but with this chip cup of just solid white chocolate, it was a lot. If you go for breakfast, it's on a cupcake, and it's actually really better, in my opinion. With the chip cup, it was just a lot of sugar, and I ended up having 2 chip cups, so it was a lot. And then they have the sugar paper on the bottom. They had the macaroon and the dark chocolate truffle. So that's a pretty good platter. It's the better of the desserts, so for the most part, you're gonna get that one. But definitely gray stuff at breakfast is a lot better. I forget what they do for lunch. I'm pretty sure they just have gray stuff on the plate. But yeah. And then this was the castle afterwards, after dinner. nice and empty. Not a lot of people on Main Street because they were doing an after-hours event for, I think, the people staying at the hotel. But, yeah, it's nice to get Main Street empty every once in a while in a picture. So, that was great. And then, of course, the bench with Minnie. How nice of these people in the background to blur themselves out. But yeah, it's fun definitely staying a little bit later for dinner reservation and just taking photos on the way out. That's great. So we went to Magic Kingdom again the next day, but we had to get there early for a dinner reservation. Breakfast reservation. Wow. But it was raining, so this was their morning show. And I had never been there early for the morning show, so... that was pretty much it. But yeah, so I don't know if they do something different when it's not raining, but I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Moving on. Let's go to breakfast. But yeah, we went back to Be Our Guest for breakfast, and of course, order ahead of time for that. That really helps. This way you don't have to wait in line with people staring at the screen going, what do you want? I have to read the menu 6 times? Okay. Yeah. So yeah. And then we went and met Tinkerbell. The professional photos are in a different thing, so you'll see her in a bit. But this was like the little cup that I thought, first off, going into the area where you take a picture with Tinkerbell is really well done. Like, you can tell not a lot of work went into it, but just enough work went into it to where it's really good. But this cup, that's great. It was like a great little touch that they had. So that was really cool. And then Chip and Dale were out in their outfits in Frontierland, which was actually really cool. So we got a picture with Chip, who actually came up to us because he saw me taking pictures with him just walking around. So that was really great that we got to take a photo with him before we got on Big Thunder Mountain. That was really fun. And like the back of their vests had their name on them. It was really cute. I know this is stupid because Disney has like all these cool desserts and everything that come out, and everything else, but the bakery that is joined with Starbucks Starbucks has a sugar cookie, but it tastes more like a lemon cookie, and it's got like the frosting on it, whatever, and it just tastes not like a sugar cookie. So Main Street has their sugar cookie with the little Mickeys on it and the sprinkles and everything. And it's an actual sugar cookie, and it's made just right. Like, it's perfect. It's not too much sugar. It's just perfect, and it's weird that was like one of the better things that I ate in the day for dessert. I thought it was very funny. But yeah, I was just waiting for the parade to start and watch it from the window. But yeah, it was not what I expected. And then we had another day of chilling in downtown Disney Springs. And we went to Chicken Guy and got all the sauces, some doubles, but all of the sauces. It was a lot of sauce to go through. We may or may not have taken them like shots later on in the day, but that's besides the point. So we had a fun day there again, and then we headed off to our last day, which was Animal Kingdom. It was fun to show off Avatar World to everyone since they hadn't been there, so that was really great. Getting to see them on the ride and everything, and just going to see the animals. Zoos are just fun to be at. The good zoos that take care of their animals and everything. So this was nice to do and everything, and one of my friends actually hadn't been to the zoo before, so it was really nice to get her to experience that. So yeah. We ate in Avatar World, and I got the tofu with the noodles. The noodles weren't great this time around, but that's okay because I really only wanted the tofu anyway. And I've never been a tofu person, but I don't know what they do to their tofu here that it is really good. And of course, I always love my little dessert. My little lava cake is amazing, as always. So I found Trevor from Harry Potter. He ended up in Animal Kingdom, which I thought was odd, but I love this little toad, so I took a little picture of him. And then, of course, we went to the aviaries and saw all the birds and stuff. That was really fun. A little bird making his nest. And then this one was staring everyone down as they left and making sure no one taking a bird with them. We saw the gorillas that were just chilling out. So this was the tram thing that we took. The safari thing. There we go. Oh. So every time I pretty much rode the safari, the animals here have gotten pretty close, the ones that aren't, barred off by water or anything. But this time we got a bunch of loud people, and it wasn't even like kids, because you expect that out of kids, to just be like, ooh, animals. It was actually the adults too, which was kind of disappointing, so none of the animals really got any close. They kind of steered clear of us, except for one giraffe that was passing in front of us. But we had the group behind us that the adults started. So, like, the first thing the safari guide always says is, like, hey, don't call to the animals, don't click at them, don't whistle, don't da-da-da. They're not your house animals, treat them with respect, just kind of, like, ride through, and, like, you could say, like, ooh and ah and stuff like that, but you really shouldn't be calling to them. They're not your house pet. And almost immediately after we see our first animal, the group behind us, the adults started, like, whistling and calling to the animals. So that was kind of nuts. Yeah, it's just weird how some people are and don't understand to not do that. They're actually working on the elephant enclosure right now, so you can't really see a lot of them. But I think they're working on making it, like, bigger and nicer for them, making sure it doesn't sink into the ground. Yeah, so that's nice to see that they're always updating that. And this is one of the stations that they made up so that the animals actually come close to your car so they can eat there. They change it up every day so they can wander around. And then this was the other aviary that we went to where we met my favorite bird, but we'll see him in a moment. So this big guy, he made a noise, and I was like, oh, that's a kid. And one of my friends was like, no, that's not a kid. That can't be a kid. It has to be a bird. I was like, nope, definitely a kid. It made the noise again, and I turned and could not see it. And then I finally got to this point where I could see him, like, on this stump buried beneath the brush. I don't know why it's, like, exciting and kind of nuts that it makes this sound, because, like, birds make every sound in the world, but it was really fun. So I have a little video here of him making his noise. So, yeah, my bird makes a ooh sound. which I don't know why that's entertaining to me, but that's very entertaining. So it was fun to see that. And then, of course, it came out of hiding after all the children and everything were gone. And while Janae was trying to take photos of it, it totally came like running at her. Ooh, hold on. I'll go back to the sound. Hold on. Is that better? Okay, did you hear that one? Okay. So yeah, just like sauntered at her, but moved a lot faster than she thought it was going to. And it had like a really long tail, which is pretty cool. So that was like the fun little bird that we saw. And then we went to go get drinks for our nightly closure of our last day. Well, not our last day. Last day in the parks, but last day of adventure. And I got the coffee. And then this was actually not even at Disney. This was at why am I blanking at this? This was at wow. Why am I blanking? Why can't I remember the thing? Crackle Barrel. There we go. So they had just added mimosas to the menu, and we didn't know that, but we got the first mimosas there, so that was pretty cool. And this was a strawberry one. They had regular and strawberry. Strawberry was amazing. But yeah, that was pretty fun experience to have there and everything. It was very weird. Everyone was asking us how it was and stuff, so that was fun. So here are the professional photos that we're taking. We're back to our first day, taking pictures in front of the Toy Story Land sign. And then we got to meet Jessie, which was really fun. And then Star Wars Land, of course, the Millennium Falcon in all of its beauty. So this was actually a fun photo that we stumbled on, actually, because we weren't supposed to stay in Star Wars Land that long. So this photo can only be taken for a few hours a day in the middle of the day when the lighting's right. So they have like this weird camera thing that looks like a droid. So that's really cool. And then they take like this spherical photo, but you can zoom in on, and you can see like everything. It's actually pretty cool. And it has everything flying and stuff. I love it. And then of course back in the Incredibles land, having fun over here. Miss Edna. It was great meeting her. And then we got to meet Chewbacca. I know it's kind of out of order, but that's okay. That was fun. His line wasn't as long as I thought it was gonna be, but it was really fun. Then our tower fun over here was great. Yeah, I love Tower, but every time it gets me. So yeah, that gets me real bad. And Rock and Roller Coaster is always fun, so I love that. That's always great. I'm happy that they're talking about doing some updates to it though, because I will say that ride throws my head around like it's nobody's business. So that'll be great if they could do some track work on that and fix that. Us having fun at Epcot, taking pictures in the photos. That was always fun. Morocco. Hitchhiking Ghost. The cast member we had taking the photos in front of Haunted Mansion was actually really good. And I'm upset that I cannot remember his name for the life of me. He did really good with everyone that he took photos with. He took time. He did the magic photo, which was really cool. It was just a really great experience. He was doing his job right. It was really great. We had a lot of fun. And he had a lot of fun, like, photographing us. He said we were one of the best groups, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with this. Space Mountain, which they're doing updates on, another one, so that'll be really good. Because I know California has their own like Star Wars thing going on there, and that was actually really cool. So it'll be nice to see what they do in the update for the one in Magic Kingdom. But yeah, it's always fun to ride Space Mountain. I also did not win this. They really need to do an update to this one as well. I know this is not on the top of their docket, but it's showing its age, so. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, of course. Never sit behind a tall person, even if they're the tall person in your group. I don't know why I have not learned this yet, but I have not. So, yeah. But Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is always a fun ride. Always a long line, but their queue is pretty fun too anyway, so that's always nice. And then we took pictures with Donald and Goofy, which I never really go into the circus land, because, you know, it's like the kiddie place and everything. But I didn't realize that, like, I knew that they had characters back there, but I didn't realize that they had, like, their own cool outfits and everything. So that was really fun to get to do that. You can see Donald over there. Little hat. And more pictures in front of the castle, because, you know, you gotta. So this was when we had to rush to get a picture with Beast in the middle of our dinner and had to leave dinner on the table. So yeah, it was like, come on, hurry up, let's go. So this one was the one that we took after dinner with a professional photographer, and I really wanted to take, but everyone else put a smiling face on, and I did not. We were all exhausted, and I wanted the photo, and I could not put a smiling face on, so yeah. And then my friend here, he really wanted to meet Mickey Mouse, so we said that he tried to take him out, because it looks like he's trying to perform a wrestling move over here. But it was a really fun photo. But yeah, Disney's always fun. I'll always come around and talk about Disney. It's a great place to go with your friends, especially if they haven't been, and even if you go a decent amount, which is hard to do because they keep raising the prices every year, of course. Thank you. The photos that weren't taken by me should look good, I hope. You know, my photos are whack. But yeah, Disney's always a fun trip and everything. Definitely a lot of money. Definitely something you need to save up for. Thank you. But yeah, definitely want to plan out in advance. Get your fast passes as soon as you can. Make sure everyone, like, that you do a fast pass for, everyone in your group is okay with. Make sure the ones you get fast passes for are the ones that, like, you really like. If not, go at the end of the day when everyone's, if you're going to that park more than one day, or you just don't care about the shows and you don't want to go the nighttime show, go and, you know, experience rides. This way, a short line. Like, Peter Pan always has a ridiculously long line, so you can go and experience that later on in the day. and it's like a 5-minute wait. And you just hop on. It's really great. But yeah, that was me talking your ear off about Disney. If you like have been on a Disney trip or anything and you want to talk about it, like, I'm down to talk about Disney always. I don't know, it's just always fun there. They do a really good job at what they do. Yeah. In the chat, what are your favorite characters? Mine's probably Tinkerbell. Oh wait, did I get to that photo? I might have one more photo for you. There we go. That was a Tinkerbell photo. She was actually really fun to meet. Very peppy. Full of energy. You know, as Tink would be. She was really great. Love her little outfit that she has going on there. She was definitely bundled up for that parade though, which I'm sad I didn't get a photo of. She was, because it was like an okay day. You have a lot of favorites, but I'm glad you have them like listed. Yeah, Tink's definitely one of my favorites. Agree with Mulan as well. Minnie and Goofy, huh? I don't know. Stitch is definitely up there for me. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like, cause like when I was younger, you could meet. Now you're just listing off all the characters. And that's okay to love so many of them. Because they had villains that you could meet when I was a kid, so that was nice, but also not great because I remember when I was a kid and I met Jafar, he was like stroking my hair and I kept trying to move away from him because I just did not want to be there, and they kept trying to get a photo and I was like, no, I want to go. So it'd be nice because I know they're doing Villains Night and everything, and I know they're not really doing photo ops and stuff, but it'd be nice for them to kind of bring back that experience and everything of taking photos with villains. I know they have Gaston, but he's very, I don't know, he's very, like, out there and like, hey, come take photos with me, I love all you girls and stuff like that, so, I guess it's easier to take photos with him than it would be some other villains. But I do miss that kind of aspect of it, of just not being able to take photos with the nice characters, I guess. But Rapunzel's a good character to meet as well. I mean, they're all pretty good characters to meet. I don't know. My favorite this trip, wow, that we met, it was probably Tinkerbell. It was like a really fast experience, but it was a really cool one, and like the interaction was great and everything. Did not like that they swapped to a non-person photographer, like they had the computer one sitting there. I understand why they're trying to do it, but it's definitely a weird experience putting in all the computers and everything there. So I hope they don't do that everywhere. I think Tink and Chewbacca was the only one where we had the computer camera, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, all the food was great besides those dry noodles. But Topolino Terrace, definitely a highlight of this trip. Really good food, really good atmosphere. The hotel was really well done. Don't know if I would stay there though, because I've heard the rooms are tiny. So, I would like to hear what you guys are most excited for the upcoming years of Disney. I know they have Tron, They have the new Star Wars hotel. They have another Star Wars ride that they haven't even released yet. I know they have they had something else. Oh, they have the Minnie and Mickey Mine Train coming out soon. I don't know about that one. They already released fast passes for it, so that one I'm kind of worried about. But we'll see. Not every ride can be a great ride. You're gonna have some ups and downs. But we'll see what they do with that. I know they're involving more technology and everything in their rides, so that's making it more interesting. They're putting you in the rides, so that's really cool. But yeah, Disney's always great. Well, Disney's always been great when I've gone, except for those people on the safari ride, but you always have to have hiccups during a trip. Especially when you go with a bigger group. This one was a nice small group, so that was nice. I've been with bigger groups and it's been chaotic, but you know, you get the job done. You have your experience. So yeah, I'll probably do another Disney thing eventually. I will be on tomorrow around 1 o'clock, hopefully with no issues of anything. Will not be here to talk your ear off too much. I'll probably be back on Stardew or playing another game. So thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow around 1. Thank you. Bye.